The debate between the genders has never been stronger, but these dudes are not feeling in any way threatened. There are some totally hilarious logic fails on display here, folks. Buckle up. The total lack of rational thinking these women are displaying is off the charts, and it's almost like the guys in the room feel bad for having to drop down to their level with their response.
I make the babies. You don't make the babies. How did we get the math wrong? We don't need you.
Well,
I'm
yes,
not saying
Yes,
it's
we do.
personal, but
In
we
order
actually don't.
Yes, we do.
Well, who invented the technology for you to be able to do that?
You need sperm.
And guess what? We could have invented the
Do it?
technology
We
if we
could
did
have,
it.
but you didn't.
Listen,
so...
this is not to say that men
Yeah.
don't have their role. It's simply to say we actually have the bodies that produce the babies.
Then what are you going to do when there's artificial
We're
wombs?
obviously of a higher
What do you do when there's
value.
artificial wombs?
What?
What about artificial wombs?
We
What
shouldn't
are you
have
gonna do about
artificial
those?
wombs. That is usurping the power of a woman. And
That's
it's making
right.
us
It's
not as
usurping the
valuable.
power of a woman. So then, what do men get then from women? What do men get then from women if we have artificial wombs and we no longer need your womb?
You don't
What do you
want
give us
women?
then?
What you guys would all kill yourselves within 3 days of not having women here.
This girl is not a trustworthy person, and he needs to get as far away as he can from her before she does some real damage.
Wait! Oh my god! Okay, no, wait. What? If he goes through my Snapchat, I'm so screwed. Oh my god. Instagram DMs I deleted. Messages I changed. Him to mom. Are you okay?
Yeah, I was just joking. I just ran around with.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I was just seeing how you would react. That's all. It was like a video. Like someone was joking around doing it, so I thought it'd be funny to see how you'd react.
Wait, you were recording?
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it back.
Babe. I love you so much.
Do you? Why are you acting all weird now?
I'm not. Like, it just really shows me how much you love me.
Yeah, of course.
You need anything else?
Yes.
Ew, childish. Lord have mercy, Habibi. This man thought I was gonna chase him. Girl, I don't think I'm chasing some man, no.
You not gonna chase me?
Are you okay?
Okay, you
Was
passed.
that fun?
No,
Was that fun?
no, I was just,
You need a little rush there?
yeah, it was just on TikTok. But you passed. I'm proud of you.
She gets backed into a corner here and is clearly seeing the holes in her own logic that have been made obvious.
So there are some people from your standard who you think are less attractive than others, right?
In my perspective, yeah.
If we were to go around the table, can you go ahead and tell me, based on those standards, and rate each one of those women?
I don't feel comfortable doing that.
You're right. Every single time. Okay, well, let me ask you this. Can you rate Brian?
According to what I like and what I'm attracted to, a 7.
Yeah. A what?
A 7.
Okay, great. Now that you've done it with Brian, what would be the distinguishment for why you feel comfortable doing it to a man, but not to a woman?
Because me as a female, I'm attracted to men. I'm not attracted to women. It's
Yes,
easier for me just
but
to
you
throw
still
that
have a
out.
subjective standard for what is attractive in women as well.
Yeah, but like I said, I don't feel comfortable doing that.
Only for the men. You're totally not a feminist, right? You're totally not a feminist, but you feel fine judging men, telling them to their face what you think the standard is. But when it comes to women, well, I just couldn't do that. That's a bridge too far, Andrew, right?
Sure.
This guy has some good advice for any of you dudes who get a little too talkative in the bedroom.
Guy's like eating your pussy and he's like, does this feel good? And you're like, I hate you. Like,
Yes, I teach guys not to actually ask that question because it tends to lead towards them looking like a pussy.
yes.
However, here's what I tell guys to ask if they're going down on a girl. I tell them to tell their woman only allowed to say 4 words to me right now.
Oh, that's already hot.
Those 4 words are harder, softer, faster, slower.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's hot.
These poor women don't appear to have a single brain cell between the two of them.
If you guys can solve this riddle right now, I'll give you $100. If you're driving 80 miles per hour, how long does it take for you to go 80 miles?
2 hours. No. I'd say like 2 hour, 30 minutes. 2 No.
230.
Wait, how long is it each mile?
If you're going 80 miles the entire time, it has to be like 230.
But how long is it each mile? 2.5?
Yeah, I'd say 2.5.
2.5, I think.
Is that right?
No,
Are you sure?
it's not.
She isn't asking whether these women offer to pay on the first dates. No, she's asking whether they even pretend to reach for their purse.
Do you reach for your purse on the first date?
Yes, always. To show my fake kindness.
You know better. No, I don't pay for any first date. You asking me out. But you don't even do the No, I'm not gonna pretend. No, you know what it is. If the date is like $100, you'll be fine.
Oh, you think that I go to a restaurant on a first date? You're assuming that I date men that would take me to a restaurant.
Yeah, but my hand never like gets to the purse.
Yeah, you don't touch.
I don't touch it. I like play pretend, and then I'm like, oh, there, and then they pay.
Yes, of course. I do it. It's like a guilt thing. I always reach to like show them. Well, okay, the other day, I dug around in here. I felt my wallet, and I just kept digging. And he was waiting for me to finish digging. And then he finally just paid. But I wanted him to think I was nice.
Yes.
And then, of course, they pull it out, and I say, oh, are you sure?
The "are you sure" is good.
But if they don't pay for it on the first date, just the first date, I say no second date. I just think that's weird. Third date, we can start talking about that.
I actually had a backpack since 1978. I still, and I have one tonight, a North Face backpack. I have tried over the years a purse just because it seems like the right thing to do, and I'm not comfortable with it.
I'm rich, so yeah, it's like a thing. It like turns me on. Like,
Financial dominance.
Yeah, I like being like the baller. It's not working. Guys hate it. Yeah, but then I do it like you have to do it like this. You have to be like, oh, yeah, and then where'd your sister go to college?
You're like at the wall.
Yeah, you're just like sorting through your purse. You're like, where is my wallet?
Listen to how confident she is in her answers and how reasonable she thinks it sounds.
What's your name?
Danielle.
Where are you from?
Long Island.
How long have you been in New York City?
I want to say like a month now.
And how do you like it here?
I love it.
And why are you here?
I'm studying to get my master's in teaching.
And how is dating in New York City?
I have a boyfriend, so
For how many years?
a few months.
Would you date a guy that makes $35K a year?
No,
Why not?
I just wouldn't.
Is it about the money or something else?
I just don't think that could support my lifestyle.
So how much do you expect him to make for you to have a comfortable life together?
I don't want to say this.
What number would it be? Just so people know, like just in general.
I mean, how old are we talking?
However, like you want him to be.
A million-ish?
$1 million?
Yeah.
Okay. So with that 1 million, what kind of lifestyle are you looking to have?
I want to be able to travel, have a big family,
Okay.
give them everything they want and need, and also have money for myself.
Okay. So does your boyfriend make $1 million a year?
No.
But is he on his way?
Yes, I think so.
So you want him to make $1 million when you're ready to have a family soon enough?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
You don't expect him to make $1 million right now?
No, of course not.
Yeah. Her logic is so shallow that it all falls apart under the slightest bit of scrutiny, and she doesn't even seem to realize it.
When did you start your own?
I was 19.
Do you think it's less weird for a 19-year-old to have fans than for a 19-year-old to date a 31-year-old?
I mean, you are correct on we're both consenting adults, but like from a personal perspective, it's just weird.
But so then why is it okay, for example, for a 19-year-old woman to be distributing graphic photos to these men, but she can't have like a loving monogamous relationship with an older man?
You totally can have one.
Right, but it gives you the ick.
It's weird.
You're saying the reason it gives you the ick is because you think it's a fetishization of older men with younger women, right? Wouldn't you say that a woman who is an anomaly and is like 6'10", that most of the people who subscribe to her fans are going to be doing it out of a fetish?
Yeah.
And that doesn't give you the ick?
It does, but I'm getting paid for it, so I don't even care.
So if the younger woman is with this man based on resources, isn't that like she's getting paid for it?
Yeah, and I support that.
Yeah, I support that, right?
She's really got her sights set on a man who will take every ounce of financial pressure off her, and she fails to see how that makes her look.
What's your name?
Shachar.
Where are you from?
Israel.
How long have you been in New York City?
This is my day 2.
How long are you staying here?
1 week.
How you like it?
What?
How do you like it?
Amazing.
You like it?
Very much.
Cool. Would you date a guy that makes $35,000 a year?
Yes. No. No.
No.
No.
So how much should he make for you to date him?
Minimum $100,000.
Why does it matter how much he makes?
Because I want to live life that I want to live.
Okay. And what's your job? What's your occupation?
It doesn't matter.
What's your job?
I don't want to tell.
You don't want to tell? Okay. If you were to give one advice to everyone that's watching, life advice, it can be anything, what would you say?
Enjoy the life.
That's good.
That's it. And make money. Make a lot of money.
Make a lot of money.
There's a big twist coming in this one. You won't believe it until you see it with your own eyes.
Do you have a preference with guys? Like, do you like, for example, is there something you would choose between a black guy, or a white guy, an Asian guy?
I wouldn't say.
But I feel like there's a but.
But right now, I only went for like 2 types of guy. Okay, one's not surprising, white, and the second, I'm gonna let you guess.
Black.
No.
Latino? Yes?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, do you have 2 boyfriends right now?
7.
For all the 7 continents.
I'm worldwide, baby.
The lack of self-awareness here is totally staggering. She remains totally oblivious to it, though, which arguably makes the whole thing funnier.
Men are so superficial.
Would you date a guy that's shorter than you?
Absolutely not. I'd at least 6'2".
At least 6'2".
Yeah.
How tall are you?
5'5".
5'5".
Yeah.
So 6'2".
Well, 5'6", 5'5".
6'2" bare minimum.
Yeah, I just like tall dudes.
It takes him 51 short seconds to totally flip the script on these women, showing them just how many holes are in their logic.
If you're not dating for marriage, like, what are you dating for?
Well, do you think you can't have a lifelong girlfriend and have kids?
No, I think that's ridiculous.
Why is it ridiculous?
Because why would you stay with someone but not also just go ahead and marry them then if you plan on staying with them forever? Like, what's the problem?
Well, I mean, this is the solipsism. So you're saying, why would a woman do that? I get for you, maybe you don't like the deal, but I think it's a better deal for me to not get married. So convince me that I should get married.
Because you want to date other people, like, in your lifetime? You don't want to, like, just only be with one person?
Do I need to get married to stay with somebody for the rest of my life?
No.
Okay.
Are you worried about the liability or repercussions?
Yes.
So you wouldn't.
I am concerned about the liabilities.
So you wouldn't love somebody enough to make that commitment?
I can just reverse this onto you. Why can't she love me enough to not get married?
I guess.
So your argument falls apart.
In contrast to some of these other women, this is what a successful, hardworking, and independent woman looks like.
What's your name?
I'm Claudia.
Where are you from?
Australia.
How long have you been in New York City?
Only 10 days.
How long are you staying here?
Only 10 days.
Why are you here?
I'm here to visit. It's been my dream to come for many, many years, and I'm finally here.
How much money will you spend on your entire trip to New York City, including everything?
Oh God, probably around, including everything, probably over 10 grand.
And how will you spend it?
Well, I've spent it, obviously, flights, accommodation, a lot around food, shopping, all of it, yeah.
What's your occupation? What do you do?
I work in tech sales.
And how did you get into that?
I just got into it through reaching out to different companies that I was interested in working for straight out of high school. I study on the weekends, and so there's a lot of hustle involved, but I eventually landed a really lower level job and worked my way up into sales.
How much money do you make per year doing that? Like, let's do it numbers.
In AUD, I know. So in AUD, I'm making around 120,000, which would probably be around 90 or 100 USD.
So with work, like, how many hours do you work? What does your work day look like?
I'm working around probably 9 to 10 hours a day, so I'm getting into the office around 8 and probably leaving around 6 to 7 p.m. So it's a bit longer than a normal work day, but it's nothing unreasonable.
Did you need a college degree to get the job?
No, I haven't finished my degree yet.
How old are you?
I've only just turned 20.
What's your advice to all the girls out there that want to have a similar job experience and make that much money? 20, 21, 22, what's your advice to them?
My advice would be you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. I've got it tattooed on me here,
okay.
that you can see, but like you have to take every fucking shot that you can, even if you're gonna, sorry, pardon my French, but even if you're gonna embarrass yourself, even if it's not gonna work out. I spend most of my days cold calling, and I cannot let myself be restricted by my nerves, by my fears of being turned down. Like, you gotta be ruthless, you gotta be honest, and you don't let being a girl set you back, because oftentimes people will not take you as seriously as, you know, if you were to be a man, but miss 100% of the shots, so take everyone.
These two seem pretty happy together, and they've managed to chart out their next few years together. Let's just hope it works out for them.
What's wifey material to you?
Her. Everything that she is.
That's really cute.
Do you think you're wifey material?
For Luca, yeah.
Do anything for him?
Yeah, I would do anything.
How long have you two been together?
Like a year and 2 months.
Do you guys want to split 50-50, or do you prefer to be a stay-at-home mom?
In terms of income, it's complicated because I want to be a surgeon. That makes a lot of money.
It's pretty much in the middle, I'd say. I know that, like, at a certain point, I want to go to Harvard Law, and, like, I'm going to have to support her and, like, help her for a little bit, but she's also going to be a neurosurgeon, so, like, that's going to help out a lot.
You're going to be the breadwinner at first?
Yeah, at first, and then later on.
And then you might end up surpassing him?
Oh, like, by a lot. Yeah, no, big time. She's super smart.
When you do finally surpass him in income, do you think that would change the relationship at all, or?
No.
Money's, like, not at all a factor in love.
No.
What about some of the household stuff? Who does more chores?
He's better at cooking. I would clean more. Much more.
But,
I cannot cook for anything.
I feel 50-50.
I didn't grow up making food. I don't know. I cooked for myself, but I would eat anything.
Yeah.
He's like a great chef. I'll do anything he wants, and he can cook, and it'll be even.
It seems like you guys have a really healthy relationship. I like that.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Thanks.
She asked a loaded question that was sure to bring out some interesting answers, but there's no way she expected this.
What is the most toxic thing you've ever done?
The most toxic thing I've ever done is I used to work at this Italian restaurant, and I slept with 2 of the delivery guys and the kitchen chef all on the same day. And, like, I think 2 of them was in the car in the back.
The same day?
Same day. It's like I couldn't get enough that day, and, like, they didn't know about it, and when they found out about it, they were, like, so pissed off. And not even at me. If anything, I feel like it's more disappointing for the first guy I slept with, because he just, like, wasn't good enough, so I had to go to get 2 other
Must have been a busy shift.
Absolutely. Double time, overtime.
Did you end up getting fired? Like, did your boss ever find out?
Yeah, he did, and he ended up firing me because he wanted next, and I just wasn't out.
He wanted next! And you were like, nah. So he was like, alright, but you out.
Yeah, he was married. I couldn't cross that boundary. At least the other guys were single.
And one last question for you. What's your at?
My at is divinejasmine.tv. Jasmine with a Z.
You know where to find her.
Who knows what she thought she was trying to say, but the end result was just plain stupid.
Let me ask you a question.
Go for it.
Would you rather get $5 million or cancer?
What's the cash with the $5 million?
Straight to your bank account, $5 million or cancer.
And what's the cash with cancer?
You get cancer.
What kind of question is that?
Yeah, it's pretty basic.
$5 million, I guess.
Same.
The fact that this next one is even up for debate tells you a lot about the sorry state of the world we live in.
Why do you want to be treated like a lady?
Because I'm a lady.
Are you?
Yes, just like Marilyn Monroe is, just like Melania Trump is.
So you want to be treated like a lady, but you admitted earlier to being a prostitute.
And you don't think prostitutes can be ladies?
No.
You don't think ladies could act like prostitutes as well? Opinion is opinion.
Well, it's possible that you could act like a lady, but acting like a lady would entail not being a sex worker.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
So explain to me what it means to be a lady.
Being a lady means that you demand respect, from men, that you present yourself.
You don't respect yourself.
Yes,
you're a sex worker.
Of course I respect myself. I'm getting paid for instead of receiving it for free.
You're literally not respecting yourself.
In your book. In my book, I am. Respect means that you're going to allow someone to pay you for your services. Disrespect means that you're going to let them do it for free.
Oh my God.
They probably thought they had him cornered with their initial point until he started giving his response. That is...
Men don't like women who make money or who are successful.
Let me correct you there.
Yeah. They do not. No, because they're intimidated.
It's not that men don't like it. It's that it's not an important attraction trigger for men like it is for women.
Yeah.
Women look for a man who can provide security, that's financially successful, that's competent. Men don't necessarily care about that. If a woman has a career, right? I'll give you an example. If me and you were dating and I told you I have an excellent Jordan collection, you would be like, okay, that's good for you, but that doesn't really benefit me. That is how men feel about a woman that has a career. It might be a slight plus here or there, but men really don't care about it. The attributes that come with a successful woman come with undesirable traits. Women that make a lot of money tend to be combative, they tend to be masculine, they tend to be assertive, they tend to be competitive. And loud. These are things that men don't like.
They're insecure.
No, they're not insecure. The more money a man makes, the less he cares about a woman's career. Because the thing is this, men aren't designed to look for security and provisioning in a woman like a woman is designed to look for in a man. Our attraction is very asymmetrical with men. So it's not that men don't like it, it's that men don't care.
These little tests can often showcase just how much you have to learn about your partner. That or he's not good under pressure.
How well do you think you know your girlfriend?
Pretty well.
Pretty well? Do you want to put it to the test?
Sure. Let's do
Okay.
it.
I have 5 questions about her. If you get all 5 right, you get $20, okay?
Let's do it.
First question, what is her birthday?
October 21st. Are you serious?
You celebrated it with me.
I have the answers right here too. She wrote them down.
I'm in the doghouse.
What is her middle name?
It's one letter. It's B.
Okay, that's correct. What is her favorite color?
Purple.
That's correct. Okay, 2 more questions for $20. What is her mom's name?
I said this like the other night.
This is Stacy.
No.
I don't know.
L-O.
Lori?
Yeah.
Fuck
Yes.
yeah. Okay.
One more question. What is her favorite clothing brand?
Dude, I don't know. Oh no. American Eagle? Yeah. Your favorite brand is not American Eagle.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but you didn't get the other ones right, so I can't give it to you.
This is an example of a very well-intentioned and wise woman, and there are many others out there who would do well to listen to her.
So like we've made it to this point where like we've made ourselves completely equal to men. And it's like that sounds really good in theory, but if you're going to be like a mom and have children, you're going to have to make compromises and structure your life differently. And a lot of women like they're not getting this. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying like you need to quit your job and you need to stay home, right? But we need to like plan and act accordingly, and putting a career ahead of your man is not a good way to get there because he's probably going to need to cover you. Like a lot of this gender equality stuff sounds really cool and like all this independence. A lot of women who say this have not reproduced. I have very much needed to depend on my husband in my pregnancy, first trimester, last trimester. Any woman who's had a child knows this, but we want to pretend like it doesn't exist. And I think that the reason why we have these like made up constructs is because we just are not seeing people get married and build families.
This is an interesting discussion, but can you imagine if the genders were flipped in this scenario?
A guy meets a woman, super feminine, beautiful, his type, super sweet. They go on a date. They get along really well. It's like this great match. And then she says that she works at McDonald's. He might stick around, or it might be really, really, it wouldn't be like, oh, she works at McDonald's, I'm out. Right. It's like, it would take a lot of time for him to be like, but she's all these great things, all these wonderful feminine things about her. And, you know, maybe there's other things she does on the side and she likes to crochet or knit or whatever. She has little passions. I think he would get on board with that.
Yeah, but your chances, if like you're a girl and you're watching this podcast and you want to marry a guy like that, like going to school and college, it's your best bet because you're going to be around those types of men.
Well, right.
It's a better pool. But to say like you can be working at McDonald's and kind of insert yourself into these areas later, it's like, I don't know how much I agree with that.
Yeah, we're really shaming people who work at McDonald's, by the way.
Yeah, justice for the McDonald's workers.
Yeah.
Hey, I love McDonald's. I love McDonald's.
Do men actually want a strong woman? Well, yes, in a lot of cases, but don't confuse the meaning of the term strong woman.
I'm going to ask you a question. Why do men say they want a strong woman,
Yep.
but actually 2 months down the line, they become super insecure about the fact that they're with a strong woman?
Yeah.
Why? Why do men say they want a strong woman, but actually they don't really?
I think the first thing is a man saying he wants a strong woman. Men are attracted to women who are strong in areas that they value. So what I mean is, like, if he's quite a masculine, confident man, he's going to be more drawn to the woman where her strengths lie in the more feminine thing. So like if she's quite warm, if she's nurturing, if she's peaceful. I think a lot of people confuse vulnerability for weakness or confuse kindness for weakness. Actually, if you're someone who is able to be kind and you can be generous in that, that takes a lot of strength. I would also say the other thing is that, not that men don't want strong women, but I would say that it's politically correct for a guy to be like, I want a strong woman. I'll be honest, I kind of see this as like the whole male feminist thing. I think they're just saying that to appease to women to try and get what they want.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Should women save themselves for marriage? Well, no matter where you fall in that debate, she makes some interesting points.
oh, that's so sad, she hasn't seen the world and so she's so easily impressed. I think we're missing an element of romance. There are some things that are special to just have with that one guy. It's not special if you cohabitate with your husband because you've already cohabitated with a boyfriend, right? And the last thing I would say is having a child with your husband, because if you have a child by another man, that's already something that you've given a man the highest honor of being a father. So that's something that you wouldn't be able to afford to your husband. So there's just an element of romance. Like, we can't just pin it down to a level of naivete. These women can't do it themselves, because we can make 6 figures, we can travel the world, we're very safe to be walking around at night, we can do all of these things, but it's more special when you do it with that one guy.
The wide range of body counts here is kind of wild and a little worrying, if we're totally honest.
I have a very big body count and I'm very happy.
What's the body count?
Probably like 300 something. What about you guys?
Mine's at like 50.
I'm also at 50.
Kiko, body count?
Men and women, or?
Let's separate them.
Men at 7, women at 5.
20.
6. 8.
Okay.
Hell no, Brian.
Okay.
This is a harsh truth that some people just do not want to hear.
Women cheat more than men?
Far more.
Come on.
Far more.
Come on.
Far from.
Why do you think women cheat more than men?
Because they're in denial about the infidelity. When they cheat, they don't even label it as that. If a woman starts cheating,
what do they label it as?
They label it as my husband's no longer satisfying me. They won't even say I'm cheating. They'll say my husband isn't satisfied. They find a way to redirect and shift the terminology so that they are void of guilt.
Really?
Absolutely.
So how do we know women are cheating more than men? What is it like? Just public knowledge? Is there surveys? Or are you just hearing this from the people you're coaching?
The people I'm coaching, because firstly, you'll know, it's simple signs that you'll know. Firstly, when the guy, I always say infidelity is a result of men not being masculine and women not being feminine. And what I mean by this,
her logic is truly all over the place, and it makes you wonder what kind of choices she has made in her past.
Girls cheat when they feel lonely. Yeah. Right? Or when they're not getting enough attention and they seek for attention for someone else. Yeah. Usually guys come up to girls and they don't really care if they have a girl boyfriend or not. Yeah. So like they will try to get you. Yeah. And then when you're in this like stage where you're feeling lonely, you might end up not saying no. Yeah. You might end up saying yes. Yeah. That's how girls cheat. Yeah. Guys, they cheat when they feel safe and secured. When they feel that this girl is obsessed with me, this girl will like me no matter what, that's when they're gonna cheat. Why? Is what he said. Why? Because they feel safe. Like, they 安心して浮気できるって言ってた. That doesn't even make sense.
That does not make sense.
So
at
even
all.
if you date her, I think you need to always be that person that you might lose, you know? But then he was like, but if he doesn't feel enough love from her, that's also gonna make him cheat.
So you gotta balance it out. Yeah. Why? Why are you making it so hard for us?
In the era of cancel culture, the idea of someone growing and learning from their mistakes has been stamped out. But it's true.
Once a cheater, always a cheater, Steve?
No.
Okay.
Because men grow up and men change. You can make mistakes and grow from it and learn from it. Every time a man cheats doesn't mean you have to give him another chance either. All men can change, but there is only one woman we will change for.
Traditional values seem to be all but gone from today's dating world, and this dude is not accepting that.
My big thing is that in today's day and age, promiscuity is the norm, especially here in California. You have to anticipate when you're going on a first date with a girl that she's sleeping with another guy. Don't even talk to me if you're f***ing another dude. I don't want to date someone. I don't want to kiss someone. I don't want to cuddle. I don't want to have sex with someone who is sleeping with someone else. A lot of these guys in the space say, well, if she's kind of promiscuous, recreational use only. No, she is no use. Like, you don't even pursue a girl that's another guy. The dating meta as it is, you basically have to assume going in that she's sleeping with someone else. For that reason, I don't want to go down on a girl, because the thought of she f***ed a dude last night without a rubber, he came inside her, and then I'm going to go down on her? F*** that.
Most people understand what being toxic means, but you're gonna hear a wild range of answers here.
What is toxic in a relationship for you guys?
Toxic?
Yeah.
The most toxic thing is worrying about your partner's past, man.
Oh,
like,
God.
What's in the past is in the past. That's what I believe.
Okay.
It's there for a reason. Exactly.
What about you?
Something toxic in a relationship is when a girl takes too long to respond to your text.
Oh! I mean, probably, have you ever been left on scene?
Your left on scene's even worse. That's the worst. That's a toxic relationship.
That's not what about you?
For me, the most toxic thing is definitely gaslighting. Gaslighting is crazy. The gaslighting is crazy.
Okay, imagine if you're in a relationship, right? And then you found out the girl, she's toxic. Would you change her? Would you give her a second chance? Is she fine?
Yeah, that's the big question. If the girl pretty, you get a second. But if she's not pretty, nah, you're done.
Yeah, you're done.
You're done.
Red flag?
You're running.
You run. What about you?
The looks matter. The looks is on top. If she's not the best, then you have to leave.
So all of us are young.
Okay.
So when you're young, you have to experiment before you grow older, and then that's when you go into a serious relationship. Yeah.
So like at the moment, no serious relationship.
At the moment, we're just
enjoying
bouncing
life,
around.
bouncing around.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. Enjoy the night.
Gaslighting is crazy.
The life of a celebrity seems like smooth sailing, right?
You're a millionaire. You have lots of big, and I mean, when I say big, like the biggest celebrities DMing you, trying to get you to hang out and
You know who I was hanging out with last night?
Who?
I mean, I didn't talk to him, but he was at our table, Tristan Thompson.
Oh, wow. Every time I see someone, they're like, oh, I saw Sky last night. Like, I know you're out and about on the prowl. Yeah, like people that I know in the industry.
You have eyes everywhere. I feel like I'm going to be scared now to go out.
You shouldn't worry about me. With me, I'm just like always like, just call me when you're drunk. I'll pick you up. Like, that is the role I want to play in your life.
This guy seems allergic to the idea of taking a hint. He's going for broke.
You guys together? Oh, I just wanted to say hi to you.
Hi.
Is that all right?
I'm gonna go.
Why are you gonna go? You're running away from me?
I gotta go to the coffee shop to meet up with
First of all, your teeth are magnificent.
Thanks.
Second of all, what's your name?
I'm not from here.
That's fine. You don't have to be from here. Where are you from?
From Mexico.
Está bien. Podemos hablar en español también.
Ah, mire, qué talentoso usted.
What's your name?
Stephanie. That's
Stephanie.
all I'm gonna tell you.
Why is that all you're gonna tell me, Stephanie?
Well, because I have someone in my life, so I just can't.
When you say someone in my life, what level are we talking?
We're gonna try and have babies. Kind
Yeah?
of. Yeah, so.
Take my contact just in case.
No,
That...
I can't do that to him.
Show me your hands.
I don't have a ring.
Oh, Stephanie! Wait, he wants to put babies in you and he hasn't even given you a ring yet.
I'm gonna give it to him if he doesn't give it to me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you know what? I love that for you. I'm more of a leader in my relationship as a man, in my non-existent relationship that
Well,
I don't
I
have.
mean, who knows? Maybe he has it waiting for me.
Maybe.
Maybe.
How long have you been together?
6 years.
Ooh, I wouldn't get your hopes up. That's too long there, Stephanie. You can give me one. Mwah.
That's it.
No more male friends now.
No.
You broke my heart, Stephanie.
Sorry.
I'm never gonna forgive you. I'm not gonna go and say that one was a W, but it's about the confidence to approach, embracing the situation, and living la vida loca.
This is not a well-functioning conversation, so we'll warn you, don't expect any form of agreement here.
People usually date people at work or like in school. If we're in Miami, it's going to be a bit different because, of course, it's going to be women from all over the world that flies to Miami to find these rich guys.
Yes.
But it's not going to be necessarily that case. If you go to like Sweden, where I grew up, it's probably not going to be the same thing because people date each other at workplaces or school. That's usually how it
in
goes.
Sweden, everyone makes the same amount of money for the most part. In America,
I mean, there's
because
some
of free,
people. I'm
free
like
market
from a
capitalism,
I'm from a
there's
richer
a wide
area.
range of financial stability here.
I
So
say-
yeah, if they date someone at work, oftentimes it's the
don't-
secretary banging the CEO.
Okay, so would you
she ain't
go?
banging the janitor.
Would you go to like, let's say you go to Nebraska and you go to some random Starbucks in a mall? Would you look for girls there?
Yes.
You
sure.
would? Really?
I mean, I don't go to
believe that.
Nebraska, but if
think
I
you
do, if I
Miami
go to a
clubs to try to
Starbucks-
find girls, and I don't think that most girls that works at Starbucks in some random state goes to Dubai to find men. That's
I
not
have to agree with
reality.
her. I agree with her too.
It's
I don't
not
care about
reality.
money.
I'm from Tampa. Before moving
Yeah.
here, this scene, this media stuff, hearing women getting flown out to Dubai and all that wasn't a thing. There's like a small group of girls that did that, but for the majority of the time, I've never heard of that. That was rare.
These are not the women you're gonna be bringing home to your parents. Let's just leave it at that.
What is you guys' body counts?
21.
Wait, wait, what?
Okay, 5.
5?
Yeah. I will not just hook up with someone
Yeah.
randomly. I'm a
So you guys know me, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not.
I've seen you on
So
TikTok.
I'm not just a random.
No.
So is there any chance we can do something tonight?
She gets called out on her BS and doesn't realize how completely inarguable it is. She's clearly selling herself.
How many sugar daddies have you had?
I don't remember, but right now I have like 3.
You don't know how many total? Like at 10 plus, 20 plus, 30 plus?
Probably like 10 plus.
And so you have 3 currently. Do you hook up with any of them?
Yes.
All 3 of them?
Yes.
Period.
How does it work? Do they give you an allowance?
Something like that.
So, like, do they also pay for your bills?
Something like that.
I would not be mistaken in saying, but you're a is that correct?
No.
You're sleeping with 3 men simultaneously, many of them much older than you, for the purposes of them giving you money. Can you explain to me how that's not?
Can I explain to it?